Yeah, I've only just realised that I should have got a haircut before I did this video because I look homeless now. Yeah, we're going to structure this series differently because I'm not really showing you much insight into the team. Like, none of you know what my team name is. Probably none of you know, like, nearly 90% of the team. And you don't really know where we are in the league or anything, and I feel like I should be showing you more insight because it would actually make the series better if you actually knew the players and knew where we were in the league, etc, etc. I mean, the league doesn't really matter today because we were playing in the cup, so I mean, I timed that well. So we played a team called Southeast Spartans at home today, and then the division below us, and we're unbeaten and so are they. They've not lost a single game yet this season in League and Cup, and neither have we. So at least one run was going to come to an end today. So I think for the first ever time as well, we're going to have a graphic showing the team sheet, and I'm actually going to put the numbers on there as well, so you know which player is who, so you know who I'm actually talking about at the time. So we lined up in the familiar 4-2-3-1 formation, and I was playing in goal, obviously, because I am the only goalie. And we went to a back four of Sean at right back, Joe and Bradley at centre back, who are our mainstays in the team, and Julian was left back because Jamie, who normally plays there, had work. Poor excuse, really. But I mean, he's earning more money than me, who cares? So Dudley was playing at CDM, and he is also our captain, and he was playing alongside Lee Dixon, who normally plays up front or as a cam. He plays pretty much everywhere in the midfield, but this time we were playing him at CDM. But we did have Geordie playing left mid, and he's pretty much fulfilled his conversion from centre back to left midfielder. Matty was playing right wing, and Charlie was playing in the centre attacking midfield position behind Ade up front. So on the bench we had Shaq, Levi, Powers, Connor and Chris, and I forgot their numbers, so yeah, I probably haven't filled them in on the team sheet. So with a cup game, the stakes are obviously very high, but with the game being between two unbeaten sides who are top of their leagues respectively, I mean, there was a lot on the line here today. And the first chance went to us, but unfortunately we couldn't really make most of the corner, and they ended up clearing it. But Ade did manage to fashion the chance, and he shouldered the defender into 2017. I don't think we're going to see him for the rest of the year. And then he fired it past the keeper to give us a 1-0 lead after only 4 minutes. And, well, I mean, that did settle the nerves a bit because we were a bit worried about their striker who scored like 40 odd goals this season in like 10 games. And we continued to dominate the early proceedings, and Matty managed to fashion another chance, but unfortunately his shot was saved by the keeper. And then Ade ran through again and rounded the keeper, but unfortunately his shot came off the defender on the line and the keeper then caught it. So I mean, 2 chances in a row, like, you know, surely we wouldn't be punished for that. I mean, they headed it wide, like, pretty much straight after that, and I was thinking to myself, we're not going to concede to these lot. Oh, sorry, did I say concede? Sorry, I meant lose. You know, I'm obviously going to concede. I meant lose. We then won a penalty 5 minutes later, and Julian stepped up to fire it home in the bottom left corner to make it 2-1 to us. And it did look for a period that we were going to assert our dominance on the match again. Well, that was until I had to make a save and I spilled the ball, and thankfully I got on the rebound. But I mean, I didn't even see the ball until it was about 2 or 3 metres ahead of me. I mean, if David De Gea made a save like that, we'd be hailing it as one of the best saves ever made. Yeah, but the only similarity I got to David De Gea is the beard and the hair combo. I mean, that's really it. So then they put a volley wide. I wasn't really troubled by that. I mean, I slid to make it look better than it actually was. Then Matty nearly scored one of the goals of the game and probably one of the goals of the season by lobbing the keeper, but unfortunately it just went wide. But he finally did get his goal, and he ran through, and their assistant ref like put his flag up. The referee played on. Matty rounded the keeper and slotted it home to make it 3-1. And at that point we did look a bit comfortable, and I was thinking to myself, yeah, okay, we've got this game. I mean, you know, these guys are clearly not bad, but they're not going to beat us. It's sort of like famous last words. I mean, I don't know why I would say something like that to myself. So it became 3-2, and we just decided to play an Italian high line. From a free kick from about 30 yards. They lobbed it over our line, and he knocked it past me and put it in. And then we ended up getting Julian injured because he went straight into the post. To be fair to Julian, I mean, that would never have happened had I actually saved it or we didn't play a line that high. So this 40 goals a season striker, or whoever he is, then ran through one-on-one with me, but Bradley managed to recover from his earlier mistake to tackle him. And then he got another chance just a few minutes later, and well, I got a foot onto the ball and cleaned up the mess. So I'll take the credit for another save. And that brought it to half time. So it's 3-2 in the first half to us. And thankfully we were leading. I mean, they started to put a bit of pressure on us. And I think we were starting to falter a little bit and tire. And maybe like all the changes that we were having to make were, you know, unsettling the team a little bit. But you know, if Swansea Palace was probably game of the weekend, I think this may give it some competition. So the second half kicked off and I made a save straight away. Okay, I didn't make it straight away. It was 3 minutes into the half, but I mean, we'll count it as straight away because nothing really happened in between that. Yeah, then I managed to make another save, even though that was my own fault, seeing as I missed the punch from a corner, like, a few seconds before that. So even though we were dominating the early proceedings in the first half, this team were dominating the early proceedings in the second half. And the pressure then finally told because they managed to actually get one-on-one with me again, round me. And then he took the piss slightly by not actually knocking the ball into the net. I mean, mate, you're still losing. Like, even if you equalise, you're still not winning. Then I think Geordie took over the camera because he came off and just started filming some houses. I mean, it's a fantastic shot if there was no football being played, but there was. I mean, I don't know why he was filming the sky as well. I mean, the ball wasn't going that high yet from my kicks. They did then get a penalty, and I still believe that this wasn't a penalty. But the referee told me at the end of the game that the intent was there to, like, concede the penalty, so he had to give it. It's not, I don't know, like, to be fair. Like, I've looked at it time and time again, I still don't think it's a penalty. They scored it anyway, so, I mean, it doesn't, I went the right way, but he put it right in the corner. I was never going to save it. So that made it 4-3 to them, and so they came back from 3-1 down to go 4-3 up. I mean, Crystal Palace? No? Okay. Yeah, but that makes us Swansea, and we're not that shit. I then managed to make another save, but I mean, the guy shot straight at me. If I let that in, I might as well just give up. Like, there's no point playing football anymore, really. And 20 seconds after that, one of their players managed to run past our defence and go one-on-one with me, and I saved it again. I mean, I was making quite a lot of saves this game compared to most games that I'm playing. Exhausting work. I mean, my legs, I'm paralysed now, actually. I can't walk anymore. But we started gaining a bit of momentum, and the pressure finally told because we finally got a corner put into the box, and after a bit of goalmouth scramble, Ade then forced it home to make it 4-4 with only 7 minutes of the game left to play. Yeah, so when I was setting up the camera, I realised that I only had 1 hour and 30 minutes of footage left to record. Now, if we can 1 hour and 30 minutes of footage makes, you know, a whole game. Well, yeah, it would have been, but we had a lot of injuries. So, you know, when we were recording that was eating up the time. So the camera memory just ran out and it just ended on the 42nd minute. I know. What happens next? But with only 3 minutes left on the clock, we did win a penalty, and Chris stepped up to take it. And, you know, we've had so many penalty takers this year, but I was slightly worried that if he had missed, then we would be going to extra time. But Chris did step up to put it into the bottom corner to make it 5-4, and that brought to the end of the game. And yeah, unbelievable scenes. We managed to win 5-4. We've basically done a Swansea, except we scored in the last 10 minutes of the 90 rather than the last, you know, injury time. I mean, we're going to count it anyway. I mean, Swansea, I mean, your game was decent, but I think our game was better because it was actually Sunday League. And I mean, Sunday League is a lot more level than the Premier League is. I mean, have you seen Sunderland this season? But yeah, that saw us into the first round of the Cup. I know, the first round, we had to go for a preliminary round. I mean, why would they put the two league leaders of the second division and the third division in the preliminary round? So if you've enjoyed the episode, make sure you smash a like on the video. I mean, once again, aim for 75, but I mean, you've been putting it over 100, like pretty much every episode, which is great. So, you know, it makes me feel quite satisfied as well, because as long as you're enjoying the content, then, you know, I enjoy making it, and my team enjoy, like, going on YouTube. Oh yeah, before I go, do you remember Adam from last week who blocked one of our goals? Well, this happened to him, and I thought I might as well leave this in the footage.